Chargers, and they score!
All right. Good morning, everybody. We're live here on 321 Media from our beautiful studio here in downtown Westerly, Rhode Island. And this is breakfast with Ken, Ben, and Dan this morning. How you doing this morning, Ken?
I'm glad to see you this morning.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Had the week off, week off from basketball camp, which was nice to have this week, especially after student teaching this semester. I was very busy and coaching lacrosse, so it's been very nice to have this week off. Ben, how's everything going with you?
Splendid.
What are you sipping on over there?
A beautiful. I need to put myself on camera. Nobody.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I am sipping on a decaf iced French vanilla from our good friends at Bessie, and I have to say July is officially here because it took me like 5 minutes to get out of Bessie and just to make that left turn back towards the studio.
Well,
so,
you know why, don't you?
Because I left too late. No, go ahead.
Because there's no people are not polite.
Oh, well, that's
They
true.
won't let you out.
Yeah, nobody's polite
Of
anymore.
course not.
I
I purposely drive around and let people out, just even if I'm not going that way.
Go out of your way to do it.
You drive down there just to let people out.
You're just gonna sit right there, and just let everyone go.
Absolutely. I sit
Oh,
there
my
and I let 3 or 4 people go, and thank you.
Oh my
You
god!
know, people are not courteous at all.
No,
It's
they're
awful.
not. No,
Yeah.
people are the worst. I
The
feel like
best way to go.
I feel like
you
as a
know,
business owner, I shouldn't
you should
publicly be saying people are the worst.
just turn right
Yeah.
and go down under the bridge and come back that way. That's the easiest way.
Are you telling me
Yeah.
that I
I'm
should go
telling you.
live under the bridge? Is that what you're saying?
I-
You calling me a
Go
troll?
From
down-
your
again?
troll.
When you come out of Bessie and turn right instead of left, it's easier. And then you got 2 choices. You can take the scenic route and turn and come over West Broad Street. Liberty Street, go up Liberty Street and cut across that way and come around through town. Take you a little longer, but you won't get aggravated.
All right. Well,
And if you don't want to do that, just turn right, go to the bridge and go under the bridge.
what if I don't want to do any of it?
Then just sit there.
What if?
And-
Yes.
Stay home.
You just sit there until you finally find someone, which is very difficult, that's going to say, okay, Ben, here, and you can go now.
Well,
Because everybody's in a hurry.
sometimes people, let me go because
Yeah, okay.
they're like,
You're lucky.
look at this guy. You know, people like me, Ken. You know, people like me.
Yeah, I'd say
Don't
they
look at
do.
me like that,
I'd
Dan.
say they do. Yeah,
Don't look at me like that.
I like you.
son of a. Ugh,
sometimes.
you
No,
like me
I'm just
sometimes.
kidding.
You like me sometimes.
Well, there's sometimes that nobody likes everybody all the time.
No,
I do. I
And
like
people, and people don't know how to change lanes either when they're driving.
Uh,
I almost got hit over here the other day coming to Sports Open Mic. You know those 2 lanes around the corner
Yeah.
over here when you're coming around?
yeah.
Guy had no idea where he was going. Just started merging, kept going, had to lay on my horn. Like, come on. I'm just trying to get to Sports Open Mic, which you can see here on 321 Media
Oh my god.
on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
shill. You shill.
as well.
Do
Which we had a
you-
big show. We had a big show last Saturday.
Well, all right. I have a
Numbers must have went off the chart last week.
they were pretty substantial for sure.
How come you just slipped by that? Like, pretty substantial. Was it good or no?
It was good. I'm looking for you right now,
Oh.
you conceited son of a.
Well, I don't know.
Somewhere about 12,000 total between the between the clip that we put out and the. We have a great comment here from Jay. A piece said, "Good morning,
Hi, Jay.
fellas."
Good morning, Jay.
Oh, happy belated birthday to Jason.
Yes,
Jason
happy
had a
birthday.
birthday yesterday.
Jay is looking ripped as
Yeah, I
hell
saw his
right
picture
now.
on
Has he
Facebook.
still got
Yeah.
that? Is he still got the beard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get rid of the beard, Jay.
And
Wait.
and wait, and come see your grandfather. He just asked if you still have a beard. Come see your grandfather. Jeez.
Yeah, no,
Um,
he looks ripped though. He looks in great shape.
he does.
Works out every morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Good
Right
stuff.
after he sees us
Well,
or before. I
some
don't know.
people, I heard that we are the grandma called. I heard that we are the we're in the top 10 of shows to watch while you're on the treadmill at the YMCA.
Top
know that.
10.
Yeah, top 10. Top 10. But we're number 1 at Westerly Fitness.
Yes.
Go see Mike and his crew over at Westerly Fitness today.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway, yeah, it's July. Well, all right. First of all, you've distracted me now with this. I love your jersey.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I have to ask, are you a Royals fan or
no,
are you
I'm
just
a fan
Ken
of
Collins?
the player that's on the back, Andrew Benintendi.
Okay. And
Which
it's
then
not just
this jersey was on sale. So
Sure.
usually these things go for like 125, 130 bucks. But usually I try to wait if like a player gets traded or they just mark down the jerseys and then I get it then. So I got this for like 35 bucks, something like that. I got a really good
oh,
deal. on it.
wow. That is really
That's a
Inexpensive.
deal.
Yeah.
I think
Got
this
traded.
I think
So
this T-shirt was more than that. It doesn't hurt that your grandfather's initials are on the front. though,
doesn't
right?
hurt. Yeah, that was another reason as to why to buy it too. And you lived in Kansas City for a while as well. We were actually just talking about that.
I worked there.
I don't believe you.
Royal Stadium.
You worked at Royal Stadium?
Yeah.
Doing what?
Security.
Really?
Yeah.
Why'd
All
you
I had
move
to do was work the stand that actually looked right down the third baseline
Mhm.
and pick up the money at the end of the night and bring it downstairs. And I worked at Arrowhead too. Now I'm gonna give you
Arrowhead Dental?
you
Right in
you
Charleston.
park in the
Such a
parking lot
jackass.
at all right. You
Yep.
go down the tunnel, and then when you get down the end of the tunnel, you can go left or you can go right.
Okay.
If you go right, you end up at Royal Stadium. If you go left, you're at Arrowhead, not the dental, the
Mhm.
football field. That's how we used to go to work.
Now, I knew that Arrowhead Dental was the the premier dental offices here in southern Rhode Island, but I didn't know that they were so big that they could afford the naming rights to the Chiefs Stadium. That's impressive. You guys aren't giving me
It's not the
anything.
same. I don't think it's the same. I don't
Oh,
think
you
they-
don't think it's the same? You
No,
don't think
no.
it's the same company? You don't think, Dan?
I don't think so.
Nice. That was nice.
What was nice?
You know what I did one night? I
Yeah.
don't think I told you this story. I got to tell you the story.
You hit him. Hit me.
I'm working at Crown Center Hotel now.
Okay.
And I was working part time at the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
So my boss calls me and he says, "You got a minute?" I said, "Yeah." So I went down to the office. He said, "I got a job for you tonight." I said, "What is it, Cliff?" He says, 11:15. He says, "Go up to the front desk and meet some members of the Denver Broncos coaching team
Nice.
staff." I said, and what do I do when I meet them? Well, they're bed checked. They have to be in by 11. I
So
said,
you have to go
"Okay."
tuck them in.
So be there at 11:15. So I go up there, and it's John Ralston, who was the head coach. You can look that up. And
I believe
about
you.
two or three doctors and a couple of trainers, right?
Yeah.
So I said, "Well, what do you want me to do, Mr. Ralston?" He said, "It's John." I said, "Okay, John, what do you want me to do?" Knock on the door, put the key in, and open the door. Now,
Okay.
at this time, they had two guys to each room. So I opened the door, and this guy's standing there, and I'm 6'2". This guy was built like a tree. All he had on was shorts. Those guys are big. He was a lineman.
Yeah.
So I checked all the rooms for him and make sure there's 2 guys in each room. We move on. So we get to the elevator. Oh, they all had injuries. I mean, I saw knees. I saw a quarterback that had knees on both sides. You can see the scars. His name was Johnson. And he brought me back in and introduced me to him.
Brad Johnson. All of my references are from 2000, from 98 to 2003.
I forgot his first name.
I'm
So
just kidding.
we're at the elevator.
Super Bowl winning quarterback, Brad Johnson.
And he's telling he says, I've heard everything I want to hear about injuries tonight. So now when we get to Arrowhead tomorrow, he said, I don't want to hear one word about somebody being hurt. So he dismissed them all. They all left. So he reached in his pocket. He flips me a $50 bill. I said, well, I get paid for this. I said, this is a good job for me. He said, just take it. He said, I think the Broncos got more money than you got. So he gives me the $50. Then I said to him,
I think the Broncos have more money than you've got.
I
That's
said,
fair.
John, I said, now we're on a first name basis now, John. I said, John, how do you think you're going to do tomorrow against the Chiefs? He looked at me. He says, Ken, we do not have a chance. That's true story.
And did they?
No, they get creamed. I should have called the nearest bookie and just bet on Denver.
That's insider trading.
Yeah. Yes.
But I got to do Joe Namath,
Yep.
the Jets, when
Yep.
they were there.
Yeah.
I was all excited.
Thank you for clarifying. I thought you meant another Joe Namath.
No, I was all excited about it because I was going to get Gary an autograph, right? So I said to the guy, I said, what room is Namath in? He said, he's in one of the suites. But he says, we will not be going to Namath's suite. Oh, he doesn't have to be in by 11:15. I said, why? So I told him, I said, I wanted to get a picture for my son. He says, write his name down. I wrote his name, address. About a week and a half after they got back to New York, there's a thing in the mail to Gary, Joe Namath.
Aw,
Signed it and sent it to him. Yeah.
that's awesome.
I did them. I did Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
A lot of teams stayed right there, and it was a first class hotel.
That's awesome. What brought you out to Kansas City?
My uncle lived out there, and he wanted me to come out there, so I went out and I got a job. And actually, my first job was picking up shoplifters in a store like a Walmart.
Yeah.
And it was venture store. It was like vitamins, one a day. I could pick up a shoplifter one every day. I'd have 30 for the month.
What did Hazel think of Kansas City?
She liked it. She used to come up to the store with me at night, and we'd walk around, like we were just shoppers. And then you know when they're going to steal. Then they steal nothing, and cheap jewelry and stuff.
Yeah, when I steal things, I like to go big.
First guy I ever caught.
Well, I mean, if
Thank
you're
you.
gonna do it, yeah. Like,
Thank you, Dan, for catching that I said that.
I caught it. First,
Ken was just like, oh,
yeah, he does that.
first guy I caught, right?
Ben's a klepto. Yeah,
He
klepto.
comes. It was about, we closed at 10. It was about 10:15, and in the men's department, we're a fitting room, but it wasn't really. It was a ladder in there. You could go up, and there's a place you could sit up there and actually watch people. So this guy comes in the store about 10:15, about 15 minutes before closing, comes right into the men's department, and he's looking at these jackets, right? Pulls one off the rack, tries it on, pulls the tags off, and threw the tags on the floor. And both he was on the move,
Oh,
so I had to hurry up. I came down, I picked up the tags on the floor, and I go to the front door to get him. And I hollered we had another security guard right at the door. And I said, come on, I got one. So he gets out in the front and he starts running. So now I got to go catch him. So I got him and I said, come on, let's back to the security office. So I bring him back there. He sits down. I said, do you have any ID on you? So he gives me the driver's license, right? Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I said, look at that. Hey, what are you doing in Kansas City? He said, I was just passing through. He said, it was cold. I needed a jacket. And so why not get one at Walmart? I said, why not pay for it? It was fun.
Why not get one at Walmart? Why not pay for it? That's great. That is great.
I had some fun though.
You tend to have fun everywhere you go.
That's it. That's it. You can't have fun.
Yeah, I agree.
A couple of basketball teams stayed there too.
Yeah.
Who was the big guy? And he changed his name. It's Alton.
Oh, Kareem. Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He was there. Should have seen him trying to get off the elevator. He's like 7, whatever he was. He had to bend down again.
Speaking of that, you know what movie I watched the other night?
What?
Airplane.
Oh,
So could only be one answer if you're gonna.
Airplane. Such a good movie.
I did see the clip the other day of like, you look like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm not. You look like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. No, my name is blah blah blah. And then he's like,
by the shirt.
and then he's like, oh, you're weak on defense. And the blah 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 blah. He just gets angry.
when I was in Kansas City, this is my first, actually one of my first reports I did on radio. Bryant College was playing in the tournament out there, just not the NCAA one, the
NIT?
NAIC,
Yeah.
no, NAIA, whatever it was. So Bob Canty, who I knew from ERI when I was trying to get a job here, he says, Bryant College is out there. They're playing in this tournament at Kemp Arena. He says, you think you can get in there? I said, yeah, I know I can get in there because they were part of the deal with the concession that I worked in. So I could get in all the hockey, basketball. They had all the sports then. So I got a hold of the guy. He got me a phone. I was right at midcourt, and I was calling the reports back to Westerly on the Bryant College basketball team. Unfortunately, they got beat, but that's how I first got hooked up with ERI and Bob Canty.
Cool.
But they had Kemper Arena.
Mm-hmm.
They played hockey, basketball, football, and baseball. Had them all there then.
The Kemper Arena is not to bring this on a huge down note, but as soon as somebody says Kemper Arena, my thoughts immediately go to that's where WWE had the Owen Hart incident in May or June of 1999. Owen Hart fell from the ceiling in the Kemper Arena. And really no way to transition out of this.
Yeah.
I'll give you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll
Ken.
do it. I was telling Dan
Get
before.
me out of this mess.
What was I telling you before? What was the story I was telling you? No, you lost. You got me all messed up now.
Good.
Oh my goodness gracious!
As long as I'm not the only one.
You don't remember?
It's not coming to me.
Dan, you're a lot younger than
Not
I
coming to
am.
me.
Come on,
We already
Dan.
started talking about more stuff too. So
Before I went on the air.
we were talking about Kansas City.
Yeah, I know. And what was it in Kansas City? That
Well, you were
Everything's up-
talking about you were
everything's up
talking
to
about how
date.
you were at the 1975
Oh,
World
okay.
Series. That's what you're talking about.
Everything's
Right
up to date in
now-
Kansas City.
right now, the Red Sox are playing Cincinnati.
Okay.
They got rained out last night. They play at 2:30 this afternoon, and then in the night game. Anyhow,
We're talking about now, not in 75.
in 1975, they played each other in the World Series.
Okay.
So me and this gentleman that worked with me, and I worked in security at the Crown Center Hotel, and the other guy's name was Lee Durrell. He was a former cop in Kansas City. So we worked the night shift together, like 3 to 11. So he says, well, your team's playing tonight. You're playing in the World Series. Playing in Cincinnati. So he said, we have to watch the game because we were on till 11. So I said, well, Lee, where are we going to watch it? Well, he said, let's go see what they got on the 5th floor. A lot of 5th floor rooms were kept for employees if they had to stay over or work an extra shift.
Sure.
So we go to the front desk and we said, we want to watch the World Series tonight. So we knew the manager pretty good, obviously, because we worked with him every night. So Lee said something about the 5th floor, and he says, well, this is special tonight, isn't it? Isn't your team playing, the Red Sox? I said, yeah. Oh, well, we got to go to the suite. So he blocks off one of the suites in the hotel. So Lee and me go up there, and we sit and watch the World Series. So it's 1975, and that's what they were going to – I think they had a lot of things going on with Nesson because it was 50 years since they played the World Series. So I got to watch the World Series games in Crown Center Hotel.
Nice.
Thought it was pretty nice.
That is pretty
Beautiful.
nice.
Absolutely.
That's it.
That's
it for me.
That's it for
I'm
you.
all done now.
You're done for the day?
Yeah, what do you want? Anything else?
I don't know, man.
Kansas City's a nice place, you know.
I have heard that it's a nice place. I've heard everything's up to date in Kansas City.
Very nice.
I've heard that they've gone about as far as they can go.
It's not that big, Kansas City.
You guys, I'm quoting Oklahoma, and you don't even know.
I don't.
You
You're
don't
right, I
even
don't
know.
I just made him so mad. Ben, it's okay. Not everyone's going to get all your references.
You should.
I should-
You should. You
Is
should.
that a movie? Oklahoma?
What?
What is it? Like, what are you referencing? Oklahoma?
Oh my God! What the musical?
Yeah, no.
The
never
musical, the
What you
movie, the
said.
musical. The
No, never seen it. Never heard of it. Sorry.
you've never heard of it?
No, I'm
You've
dead
never heard of the musical
No.
Oklahoma? You've never heard of the first big Broadway musical ever?
Not that one.
Oklahoma? Have you ever heard? Oh, what a beautiful morning!
That was beautiful. But no, I haven't. I haven't.
Oh, what
Especially
a
when Ben
beautiful
gets there on
day!
But just Vegas.
But that's not very often he
Ken?
does that. But someday we'll get him.
Yeah, you guys connected
trained.
that pretty good.
Listen,
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
We're not going to get 12,000 to watch this program today. I can
You
tell you
son of a
that. You can take that to the bank. It's right here in the corner. You don't have to go far.
Oh my God!
I had a pizza Saturday
Oh yeah, good for
from
you, man.
downstairs.
I'm sorry.
Can I
That was
finish?
so. You're like, oh, he's like, oh, good for you. Like, what? He didn't even know. He had no idea where you were even going with that.
Yeah, I know. That's the way he is.
Oh
Sometimes.
my God.
He could be a smart guy and trying to make it
Jeez.
sound like he's a nice guy. But I know
I
him.
had a pizza this weekend. Oh yeah, good
From
for
the
you.
pizza place
Oh, my.
downstairs.
Yeah.
And it was good. I just wanted to comment on it.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
shout out Pizza Place. It is
Yeah.
very good pizza.
It
Very
is good
good.
pizza. It is good pizza.
We got a lot of good pizza in West Shirley.
All right. What's your
Well,
favorite
I mean,
pizza
it's
place?
not as good as Dave's.
Hilltop's definitely my favorite, but I like Vetrano's too. Pizza Place,
Yeah.
Vittoria's. I mean, they're all pretty good that are around here. Absolutely.
I
I like
agree.
deep dish. Definitely a deep dish guy.
Really?
Yeah, I like deep dish. I mean, any pizza with crust, I'm good. But like,
Wait. What about? Hold on. Any pizza with crust?
yeah. So basically, any pizza you could sign me up for.
What
is I'm
about sheet
saying.
pizza?
Has crust on
That's
it.
good.
The outside.
You're not a fan of the center.
Well, if I had to pick, I would pick one with the crust.
I would see. I love crust, but in a like a sweet pizza, like a West Bakery or a Pizza Lady, cold sweet pizza, I would go. What?
Traditional.
I would go center every time.
Fair enough.
Do you like West Bakery pizza?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, that's 5 minutes from my house, if that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stop down there occasionally, get that. with that pizza?
I tried to convince Pat yesterday unsuccessfully. I tried to I told Patrick yesterday, hey, Spring Street Market's for sale. You want to just scrap the whole media company and just go restart Spring Street Market? I don't know why. I was kidding. We're not going to do that. Although Dave has been kind of obsessed with the idea of 321 Media. I'm sorry. Well, originally it was D&B Media Pizza and Sandwiches. And the reason that this started was during the pandemic, during the very early days of the pandemic. I was working from home constantly, and I was like doing all of this every single day constantly. And we also had at the time a 5-year-old like hanging off of us while we were doing it. And Dave's like moment of solace in the pandemic was making lunch for everybody. He got really into making lunch for everybody. And he got really good at making sandwiches and making homemade pizzas. And he was like, you do the media side of things. I'll open up just sandwiches and pizza, but I'm only going to make it for like 4 people. So I literally made a logo that was D&B Media Pizza and Sandwiches. So I sent him the link last night as well and said, should we do 321 Media Pizza and Sandwiches? I'm basically,
you never know.
What'd you say?
I still haven't met him.
Dave? Nothing to meet.
Oh, come on. Don't do Dave like that. Come on.
He's fine. He's fine.
Well,
you like Dave now?
When have I not liked Dave?
Oh.
But why'd you say that?
I love Dave. Dave's been my best friend for 20 years. Are you kidding me?
Dave's a really nice guy.
Guys,
works hard.
Guy's closer than but he's a big fan of Dan. He's a big fan of Dan. Before Dan was even like, when was the first time you hopped on commentary during a basketball game?
I think it was it at Charahoe?
It was at Charahoe, and I think you just hopped on with Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were playing SK that night, I believe. Yeah. I stopped in at halftime.
And Dave texted me and said, "Who's this?" And I was like, "Oh, that's Ken's grandson. He's on Sports Open Mic every week." And he was like, "He's the best commentator that I've heard. Why is he not on the team?" And I was like, he's literally coaching girls basketball right now. He's the head coach of girls basketball. I don't really think we can get him at the moment. And then you became our number one announcer all spring. So
yeah, it was an honor. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys putting the trust in me. I still need to, need a lot more practice, and you're always getting better. You know what I mean? And I've had a pretty good guy to listen to and learn from along the way. So that always helps. Not everybody has the opportunity. Yeah, this guy over here, Ken Collins. But not everybody has that opportunity, you know what I mean, to grow up listening to someone like him. I mean, obviously, our listeners saw the other day, he worked very closely with Chris Berman for a while. He's really done it all. So it's been great to be able to broadcast games with him, learn from him, and just learn. Absolutely. It's been great. Looking forward to continuing in the future. Charahoe Sports in the fall will be all me. So I'm looking forward to it. Lisa and you. Yep. And then you and Jacob will sort of tag team out when basketball comes around. Yeah, you'll just. Oh, hey, did he get that? Did he get the season soccer? Hold on, I gotta text him. I haven't talked to Jacob in a little bit. Did you understand what he just said?
No idea.
No, okay. I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
Even when I understand.
Well, I don't want to mention something.
No.
Do you know?
I don't know what you're talking about. If you text me,
if I text you, I'll text you it.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to say.
Lou and I might want to do a couple games.
Yeah. Well, I think Lou's afraid of microphones.
He's definitely not.
Actually, can I tell you that the first couple weeks that he was on 321 for Sports Open Mic, he seemed a little shy, and now like it's the Louis Lou show.
Lou's great.
Louis Pap.
But if we do any games, it's going to be Charahoe girls game.
For basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Who likes to do this?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how many, but
Speaking of that, we started our summer league last week. We're 2-1 right now. Last week we started off playing Cranston West. Was a tough loss, but we have a lot of young girls coming in. We have 7 or 8 freshmen, along with some good returners. Maddie Dorgan, I'm sure you remember her from last year. Menakai Harris, Maddie Fasano, Tessa Aiello. Been really leading the way so far for us in summer league. Last Thursday we played Prout. We were able to come out with a victory, 44-30. And then last night we played against Mount Hope. All these games are played at North Kingstown, and we won on a game-winning layup right at the buzzer.
wow.
In a high-scoring affair, 27-25.
Wow.
So had to execute down the stretch late, but we got it done. It wasn't pretty, but got a lot of the young girls in, getting them a lot of experience, a lot of playing time. It's something we missed out on last summer. I feel like it's going to really help us move forward for this season.
I have to say that this is such an inside baseball thing right now. I just looked for the studio that we're in on the program that we use, and I was like, where? And then I realized that he entered Charahoe Sports because that's his. So you went into the Charahoe Sports studio to set up the thing.
On here?
Yeah.
I didn't even mean to do that.
You did it. And I'm like, that had to have been buried because we haven't used the studio in a while.
I don't know. I just hit StreamYard, but
I like it. I'm
okay.
proud. Hey, you know what? It's nice.
If I was to pick one, I would have picked that one. So
it's good. It's all good. Anyway, we're gonna go to a commercial break in a second. It's uploading right now. The commercial breaks.
Time's up.
Before we do that,
Second.
let's give a shout out to the Next Up Music Festival. Well, this has a note on it, but the Next Up Music Festival, Next Up Music Inc. You can check it out, nextupmusicri.org. This is going to be a fantastic event for the 2025 music festival, and this does not have any information as to the dates.
Should be.
This does not have any. There's a thing on here that says Next Up Music Festival 2025. Next Up Music Festival is a free family friendly community event in Wilcox Park. We need your support. Blah blah blah. There are no dates and times on this flyer at all.
Well, how come they didn't put them on there?
I don't know. Hold on. Let's see. On this page, it says Next Up Music Festival relies on generous support. Is that? But okay, these are September 14th, July 16th. I don't know which one nextupmusic.org. Let's check. Let's check and see when this is. It's not on here. It's not. It's not on. It's not on this one at all. This is fun. This is a fundraising thing, but it doesn't have any of the details as to when it is.
Well, we sent it to Monte Calvo, and you got to send another one now. How about September 6th?
Is that when it is?
Oh.
Okay, I'm on the. Did we miss it? Give me. All right, let me see that.
It says Next Up on that page, September 6th. Didn't it say Next Up at the top too?
Yeah, Next Up Festival, September 6th, Wilcox Park. Right there. I'm on their website right now, and programs and overview, scholarship packages, youth mentorship, community engagement, learn more, sponsorship opportunities, why we need your support, find us on social media, events, the album release party, the festival, which, yes, is the 6th of September. Okay. Next up, music. Put the dates of the festival on the homepage. Put it everywhere. This is just friendly. I love you guys. You guys are so awesome. On your sponsorship package, especially for the 2025 festival. No, Dan, I'm completely serious.
No, I believe you.
This does not. These are all of the posters. Okay.
Either that or he needs new glasses.
No. I'm completely
Sorry, I had to
serious.
throw that in there.
You're fine. Here, look
Pause
at this.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that. Look at that.
All I want you to do, we sent it to Monte Calvo, right?
Yes.
Can we send another one to him?
Yes.
Okay, fine. That takes care of.
Yes.
I know.
Also,
I talked
Mike
to
Monte
Tommy
Calvo.
Stafford, and he asked me. I said I sent it. I said so. We'll send it again. I wrote a note on there.
Vanessa. All right.
By the way, it's his birthday today.
Mike Montecalvo or
Yeah.
Tommy Stafford? Montecalvo?
Monte Calvo.
Happy birthday to Mike Montecalvo.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like you can look it up on their website, I'm sure, though.
Yeah.
Their website's
No,
everywhere, but
you have to, yes, but on their website, it's not on the homepage anywhere.
no.
And then it's not on the homepage anywhere. And then you click events, and then they have the album release party, which was May 31st as the first one. And then you scroll down to the Next Up Music Festival. And do you see, if you go to if you look at the graphic for the Next Up Music Festival on their website, it says 6.September inside of the thing, but nowhere else on this does it say. Okay, and then at the very bottom, I do see that. Guys, it's got to be Next Up Music Festival. Okay, so if you go to nextupfestival.org, that's great. Guys, you got to put it on the homepage of the other thing.
So make sure it's on there when you send it to him.
I will. And then this. Thank you to our
That's all right.
2024 sponsors.
I'm just holding it now. Already
Headliner. Sponsor benefits. Okay, and then finally this.
That's the one I wrote
at the end, yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna ship that to him.
I will, but oh god, guys, you need the date.
Well, then you can talk. You
front
can
and center.
Take that up with him.
I'm gonna call Big Lux right after this.
Good.
Anyway, that being said, we're gonna.
Oh boy,
Are you guys upset with me now?
absolutely not. You were doing some hard research over there, so we appreciate you.
All right, we'll be right back, and we are going to talk about something else.
Yeah.
In just a minute. Ken, we're not letting you leave today. The show's till 9:30.
D&V Mechanical specializes in the installation, maintenance, and servicing of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split heat pump systems. We are certified by Mitsubishi as Diamond Elite Contractors and factory trained and up to date on the proper procedure of the installation and service of Mitsubishi ductless heating and air conditioning ductless heat pumps. We assist with the paperwork to reduce much of the stress-related documentation required to get the state rebates and federal tax incentives. We are not a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-nothing company. We are masters of ductless heat pumps. It's what we do, and it's what we know.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
A bit too.
All right, we are back
Yeah.
We're
just
back.
in time for
Back. All right.
Ken, be more of a grandfather right now.
I'm trying. I'm going to be more than a grandfather pretty soon. Yeah. He doesn't have an agent yet, but he'll have one
Oh my
shortly.
God.
Hmm.
Welcome back. So I had a question for you guys today that I wanted to ask.
And I have a lot of questions for you.
Which, what is one habit? What is one habit that you've like adopted over the course of your life that like really made a big difference, really changed a lot of stuff for you? Is there anything like, is there a habit that you change that like really made a difference? One small thing, if it's getting up early, if it's going for a walk, if it's, journaling, if it's setting intentions, if it's having a cup of coffee every morning from Bessie, and I don't know, like, is there a habit that you, and like at any point in the last, 80 years for Dan and 24 years for Ken, that something that really made a difference?
No, I do.
No.
I do the
No.
same thing. I do the same thing every day, basically.
I mean, I
Mm.
think, yeah, keep going.
In broadcasting, is that what you're saying?
No. In anything, in life, in, like, is there anything that you did that you like, anything that you do, like, I don't know, Ken, you've lived a long, great life where you've done a ton of stuff. That I'm sure that there's something that you've done every day. Do you make sure you drink enough water? Do you make like, can I just say, Dan, I love that like our generation, and I'm sure a half generation below me, whatever, you're Gen Z, right?
Gen Z, yeah.
Yeah. You, I just dropped an F-bomb on the air. And your greatest generation?
On what?
The greatest generation, right?
What you talking about, Dan? Help
Isn't
me
that
out.
All the different generations.
You're not a boomer. You're the greatest generation, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a
that's me.
millennial.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, like, millennials and Gen Z, we look for like hacks, habits, routines, all of this stuff. Ken's generation, they're like, you got up and did stuff.
Yeah.
We're, whatever. Like,
No, I don't have anything.
There's
I do
nothing that you did
the
that,
same way every day.
I don't know, anything like that you,
No,
that
I-
anything that you implemented in your life that made a difference. Did you keep a journal? Have you ever kept a journal?
no.
No. Have you ever I don't know. You wrote a damn book. Like, how did you?
Well,
how
I'm
did you
trying
keep all of
to
that?
read the book.
How did you? How did you like?
How's the book coming?
It's great so far. Yeah, I'm reading it right now. It's been very good read so far. So
If I can't get anybody to publish it,
Yeah.
then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have somebody write it, so
As
you can really read it.
Sure.
You have trouble reading some of it?
I mean, a little bit here and
I
there,
was in a
but
hurry.
yeah.
So my
I was in a
printing
hurry.
is usually pretty good. So if nothing else works, where I can't get somebody to publish it, then I'm going to get the book that you have. When I have somebody do it and nice, and then if you want to read the book, it's going to be like $29.95. I'll give you the book. You have 1 week. If you don't bring the book back, it's like a library. If you don't bring it back,
It's a one book library.
yeah, right. If you don't bring it back, then you get fined $50. That's how I'm going to make some money.
No, because you know that I'm really bad at deadlines, at remembering things, at
Then you
being
pay the
places on
price.
time.
So on you, I make.
This is extortion. This is just you've decided that
I'm going to make
loaning me out this one book, you're going to get more money
No,
out of just
no,
me than if you
it's not-
published it and sold it to.
It's not just this one book. This is the book.
That's what I'm saying. No, instead of publishing thousands of copies of this book, you're going to make one copy of the
I
book.
said if
You're going to give it to me, and then you're just going to keep charging me interest for every time I forget to bring it back to you, and you're going to be a millionaire.
well, no, not a millionaire, but see, then after you pay the $50, I get the book back, and then I give it to somebody else for $29.95.
Well, what if
No,
I
if
forget
the-
the book again?
If the person reads the book and gets it back on time, it's just like buying it for $30. You don't get charged extra.
But you do have to give it back, so it's not like buying
Yeah,
it. It's like
well,
renting it for
that.
So you want to rent one book,
That's if I can't get somebody money to pay the publisher. I mean, it's going to cost money
It is.
to publish this book.
Now, Ken,
What are you laughing at?
this is the most
You
absurd
haven't even read the book yet,
scenario.
now you're laughing at it.
I'm not laughing at the book. I'm laughing at
You
the
are.
idea
This
that
guy-
you
He's gonna get one copy and just hand.
you're just going to get one copy of the book and you're
That's
just going
right.
to hand it out to everybody.
Yeah. Not
Oh
at the
my
same
God.
time.
No, of course not at the same time. What?
Oh man.
So you have no routines. You have no routines, no habits, nothing. What's your routine? Do you have a morning routine, Ken?
I would say the only thing
How the hell do you get up so early and
I've been getting up
stay?
so early.
I know you don't have a routine. You have
I
no
worked
routine.
at ERI for 40 years. I got up. I did the morning show 6 to 9 every day.
I know. So
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 that's
no-
your habit. I
r-
just get up every morning, same time.
what time do you get up in the morning?
Right now,
Yeah.
so I'm up at 6. I wake up at 6,
Okay. What time were you getting up when you were on the air from 6 to 9?
5 maybe.
Okay. That's not bad.
No,
That's not bad.
I was awake this morning at a little before 6.
Asking Ken just routine questions is one of the funniest things in the world because he never has a routine answer. And I don't
Never.
mean routine
I
like
had
what's your
to too.
routine. I mean like
Yeah.
I had
Like a
some-
straightforward, like
yeah, there's no straightforward. Nothing is straightforward.
I would have more superstitions things that I did in sports.
What
when
were
I
some of
played
your
sports.
superstitions in sports?
No, it just if you had a good night, you probably do the same. While I put the left sock on this time, I got 3 hits tonight, so I got to make sure I put that on the same way.
Yeah, or like if you have a good game, maybe you eat the same thing
Yeah.
before or something like that. Little things that athletes do sometimes,
Right.
for sure.
More than athletes than
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
They're the worst when it comes to that.
For sure. Dan, do you have any habits or routines that you've implemented that have made a difference?
Yeah, I think for me, especially like
See how easy it is?
I think especially when I hit like freshman, sophomore year of high school.
He's like, yeah, I've been doing it for 10 years. So
When I hit freshman, sophomore year of high school, like it's not like I was like, overweight or anything like that, but I just didn't exercise as much as I thought I needed to. And as soon as I started to take that a little bit more serious, like I played sports, I was active and stuff, but I knew like as an athlete at that time, if I wanted to take myself to like the next level, especially on the basketball court where, you know, I saw a good opportunity to find myself playing guard instead of like a small forward, even like a undersized power forward position, I knew I had to get out there, run, you know, lift a little bit, get in shape. And then as soon as I started doing that, like exercise has just been like a huge part of my life. It helps me out so much. You know, lifting, running, I have to do it almost every day. Like sometimes when I don't do it, like I feel like, oh my God, like what is today? You know? So that's definitely been something that I do every day. And it doesn't have to be a crazy thing either, right? It could just be going outside, shooting some baskets. It could just be going on a walk if I only have time for that, right? It doesn't have to be a full-on crazy workout all the time. And I think another habit was just putting myself out there a little bit more. You know, when I was younger, I was a little bit more reserved, a little bit more quiet, and I was just nervous around people. And then my dad and I, we were actually talking about this the other day. Growing up, you know, they wanted to send me to like speech classes and all these different things. I went and saw multiple people and none of them said that anything was wrong with me. So we went through, did the speech classes when I was in elementary school.
Imagine him.
And my dad asked the question. Because they didn't see anything wrong with me. You know, when we were at home, he'd ask me a question, I'd answer. You know, working with my brother Dylan, you know, we'd talk all the time. If it was just us or, you know, if we're just family, we'd just talk because those are the people I was comfortable with. And then he asked one of the guys one time, he's like, do you think he ever just doesn't have anything to say? And the doctor looked at him like, what? And he's like, yeah, do you think he never just has anything to say? And he was like, oh, well, I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't have anything wrong with him. But I think that confidence came from, you know, exercising a little bit more too, right? Having a little bit more confidence in myself to go out there, to talk to people, to meet new people, to see, you know, to show my true side of myself. And just by doing that, I think I was able to build a lot of good relationships that I still hold today. And it helped me get some of the positions that I have now today, right? With the Charahoe girls basketball coaching job, kept really good ties with Mike Shields, the former athletic director. So that helped me out big time. And just trying to be as involved in as many things as I can. And obviously good sleep too is really important. I think sleep is, you know, you need that for your body, for your mind and everything like that. So those are a few things.
No, that's the guy that couldn't talk.
Yeah, I know. And those were actual answers, Ken. Those were answers to the question.
Yeah, that's a true story. They put me through speech classes and all that stuff, and now I'm fortunate to be able to do some of this stuff sometimes. So
that's awesome.
It's really awesome.
Ken, do you know what improv is?
I feel like I'm on trial today.
Do you know what improv is?
What?
Improv.
Yeah. What about it?
Improvisation. Acting like
yeah.
Do you know what the first rule of improv is?
What?
Yes, and so the first thing that
I'm
you
not
do,
an actor.
the first thing that you do when you improvise with somebody is you agree with them. You agree, not that you agree with them, but you agree with the given circumstance, right? So if we're gonna start a silly scene and I say, so we're in a pizza place, right? So if the thing that I'm doing, setting up is
That bothers you about the pizza? Why
no,
said about the pizza?
stop the pizza.
You bring it up again.
No, if I say that's not, you are literally proving my point right now. But if we were to start an improv scene, right, and I was like, they have so many choices for pizza. Do you want gluten-free? Right? So I've started the scene and I've initiated that we're in a pizza place and that you may have a gluten intolerance issue. If you then so your job then as my scene partner is to agree that we're in a pizza place. Yes. Agree that we're in a pizza place. Agree that you have that you may possibly have a gluten sensitivity. And then is add to that, right? So yes, you agree with the situation that you're in, and then you add to it. When you and I have conversations on this show,
Time is it?
Instead of yes and for Ken Collins, it's yeah no. it's yeah no.
Yeah.
Every time I ask you something, you go, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking. It is very funny.
Comes back with a question. all the time.
It's so like
I'm glad I'm so funny.
it's just I think it's years of sports broadcasting. Like Sports Open Mic is an argument based show.
Yeah, it is.
Essentially.
That's a classic, let me tell you.
I agree. So
You heard Berman, didn't you?
I
What
did.
did he say?
He said,
This is great. It's 4 guys sitting around having coffee and talking sport.
yeah,
That's it.
it is.
What's so hard about that?
Nothing. Nothing. But if somebody came in to that show
Mhm.
and and every time you were
They say,
like
what the hell are these
you were
guys
like-
doing?
so what do you think about that Red Sox trade? And they're like, I think Leonardo DiCaprio was overrated in the movie Titanic. You'd be like, what the hell does
I
that
don't
have
think
to
he
do with
was.
it?
He's done. He's done.
I just watched that.
Yeah, he was pretty good in that movie, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God. Did
I
you
thought
watch
he did a
Titanic
good
recently?
job.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
pretty good in that movie.
Dan, you understand what I'm saying,
I
right?
do know. I know what you're saying.
Just every single time I have a premise for something, he just shuts it down immediately.
Well, he does that with certain people, though. You know,
Yeah.
You
I feel
realize
like Coach Samaggio is one of those people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
gotta
Bill.
go back and forth.
You do realize that you have a program that's probably the longest running talk sports program on the air.
Man About Town.
Sports.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
Man About Town.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
It's not
of course.
frustrating.
No, it's not frustrating.
It is.
I know it is. I know it is. You're in the like
I'd like to know who has been on longer.
let's Google what is the longest running sports show.
It's got to
No,
be on
not-
since
no.
77, 75.
Sports talk show.
Because it was on before Berman came there.
According to AI, according to Google's AI, the longest running sports show on radio in the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area is Hall Line, which has been on the air for over 50 years. Longest running sports TV program, Hockey Night in Canada. Well, that's a different. That's different. Let's see here. Well, let's find this sports radio history.
75. That's what's that, 50 years?
Yeah.
That one?
So listen, 1955, WHN New York launched the first regular sports program, sports talk program. So sports talk radio has only been around since 1955, apparently. So yeah, none of these.
That program's got to be the longest running. I'm not talking about when they started. That one you said 55 or something.
The Hall one, yeah. Oh no. That one did not. The first one that was started in 1955 does not exist anymore.
Right.
The other one that they mentioned, Hall. What was it? Hall Line. Hall Line. Hall Line appears to be the name associated with the oldest and longest running. Let's see here. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. You son of a.
Oh boy, he's all fired up over there today.
Well, because there's like no info on it anywhere. It celebrated its 50th anniversary on the air during the 2015-2016 season and broadcast to Central. Okay, so Hall line. Seton Hall's radio station. Okay. Seton Hall University's radio station, WSOU, started Hall Line, a call-in sports radio talk show focusing on the team's basketball program. So they are not full year-round. They are just about Seton Hall's basketball
Right.
program. And that started in 1965. I think that there is definitely a case that Sports Open Mic might be the longest running continuous
Sure.
sports talk show in
I
history.
think it's got to be pretty close.
It's a tremendous, tremendous accomplishment.
Do you know what year it started?
Well, I was just saying while you were doing the research to Dan that Berman was on Sports Open Mic,
Yeah, so 77.
so 77.
Yep.
But it was on before Berman got there.
Right.
Carl Grand did it.
Yep.
Now, I would say if I got a hold of George Grand, he could probably tell me the exact date it started, because George Grand was on with him too. And then George left and went to CBS in New York, and then he became the Cincinnati announcer, TV announcer. Matter of fact, I'll bet you he's going to be on one of those games because the Red Sox are celebrating it at 50 years.
Yep.
So I would say that had to be on in 75. And I'm being conservative there too, maybe even before that. So
When you Google Sports Open Mic, it's mostly 321 stuff that comes up, a little bit of WBLQ and the Mike Montecalvo story.
Yep.
We need more. We need a Wikipedia for this. Get in touch with that guy and see if we can find out when it started.
George
'cause-
Grand,
Yeah,
I'll have him come on.
have him come on.
Yeah, well, have him
'Cause-
come on. You'll know.
We should.
George's a good guy. Matter of fact, he has a summer home here. He lives in Connecticut,
Yeah.
near New Haven, but he does have a home here. He's probably here now, so I have his number. I'll call him. George's a nice guy, really is. And yeah, we could probably get him to come in because he was gonna come on BOQ, and I never got around to getting him on. So we'll have to bring him here. I'll get a hold of him this week. And he'll probably come right in to the studio if he's in the area. He's got to be. I know right where we live anyhow.
Okay. In 1960, the first interactive call-in sports show was launched with limited success initially. In 1964,
That's because they didn't know how to do it.
launched the first successful sports talk call-in show on WNBC. I don't think the exact number of sports shows that existed nationwide that are still running. How many shows that are still running? There are likely very few. Like there's nobody. There's nobody. There is nobody except a Seton Hall college basketball
Why can't we
call-in
get
show.
listed in there?
We can. We just have to put the information out. Somebody
Yeah.
needs to make a Wikipedia article about it. Like, yeah. So,
All right. Can you get on that?
yeah.
Run to home
Absolutely.
base.
Oh yeah, run to home base.
Click and donate. Coming up.
Give me the
Good
PSA. Give me the
promo.
PSA.
Good
Give me
promo.
the Ken, give me the PSA. Give it to Dan. Give it to Dan. Give it to the kid.
capable of doing this?
I don't know. After that performance, I don't know. Run to home base.
All right,
Click
run
and
to
donate.
home base. All right, Mr. Gary Collins, our meteorologist here on 321, has
Right.
signed up to participate in the 2025 Run to Home Base on Saturday, July 26th, in support of veterans and military families for a very, very good cause. Veterans and military families go through a lot, post-traumatic stress disorder and all that stuff. It's a really real thing that they really struggle with. So Gary's running for a really good cause. The donation deadline is July 13th. So make sure you try to get your donations in before then. All right. You could donate at www.runtohomebase.org. All right. All you have to do is click donate. Then you're going to type in the participant name, which is Gary Collins, the man himself. And then it brings you right to his page and you can donate right on there. It doesn't matter if it's $1, it doesn't matter if it's $10, it doesn't matter if it's 5 cents. Anything helps towards the cause for Run to Home Base in support of our veterans and military families.
I think this is Gary's 6th or 7th year he's done it now. So I'm going to try to get him to maybe this Saturday he might come down because we got to push this now.
Yeah.
And we are still making an effort to go there.
Yeah. Yep.
That would be good.
That'd be a really good time. We could get up there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I think it's his 7th year. And then I know he needs some help now because I think he did 2,000 last year and he's a little bit under that right now. So we need to put a little push on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Please donate. It's a really, really good cause. Has helped out a lot of veterans and military families.
What?
It's 9:19 already.
So?
Yeah, we started late.
You
So.
got
I just
something
thought
to-
you
you got
were gonna
something
keep
to
me
do.
here today.
You know what, guys? We'll see you right after this break.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Let's all go to the beach. I wanna go to the beach. Cold weather sucks, let's get some relief. I'm telling you it's well within our reach. Take me to the beach today.
And welcome back for the never-ending morning show. My name is Ben Barber. I am here with Dan LaBella the Ball and
Bill, you will never be normal.
and the
He
legend
just texted me
Ken
back.
Collins.
He said, after today's show, I might be.
Oh, is that what he said? I doubt it.
What so
Hey, what is it?
so Friday
I feel like I'm on trial for something today.
Well,
in the
you are, Ken.
interrogation room.
this is your life. It is July. We had I know your answer to this.
I played
know.
softball in a professional softball league. That's something special. There's only 3 guys in the whole state of Rhode Island that ever played in that league.
Yes, absolutely. Are we going to talk
You can
about that
look
again
way.
this week?
American Professional Softball League.
We
We had some good players. Now I'm going to get a couple of them on too.
Speaking of guests, tomorrow morning
Yeah.
at 10:30 a.m., I'll have Charahoe graduate senior Ryan Denicourt on. Star soccer player, had been playing varsity ever since her freshman year. Starter, first team All-State all 4 years of her soccer
That's
career.
impressive.
She's playing for the Rhode Island Rogues FC team, which is a women's select team right now during the summer. And she's heading down to LSU in a little bit to go play girls soccer down there. So that'll be on 321 Media at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Looking forward to it.
Love it. I'm excited about that.
There you go.
I asked a question this morning on 321. What is your favorite local coffee shop? Now, I know Ken's answer to this. Ken, you want to just hold up your cup?
Best eating.
That's right. And what's your go-to? You're not even close to finish. We gave you extra time. I was late. We started late, and we've been going for an hour and 10 minutes, and
Well,
you're
that's
not
not-
even done with that coffee.
That's not breaking news that you were late.
Oh, that's not break, dude.
I can tell you that.
Woo! You know what? I'm not coming on Friday.
Why not?
I'm not coming on Friday.
Can't take it.
Nope. I'm not coming
All
on
done.
Friday.
I'm not going.
And also because
Why?
Because my good friend, well, first of all, I was supposed to take the summer off. Remember that? And I've still been here every day.
But that's your problem. Because you did. You don't have to.
I know that's my I love that Jay is still watching. Jay said Java, baby.
Junkin' Java, yes. Junkin' Java is awesome.
All right, so favorite local coffee places. We have some comments here. Marge Fizzaro said Revive Coffee Bus, which I think
Shout out.
she's a little biased there, but
Probably.
Shout-
shout out to Revive.
They're still there on the.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
wanna-
stop by over there actually pretty soon.
Can we do sports open mic from
I
Revive?
said. Matter of fact, I told you already
All right.
that we would go. I would go there.
What's the weather like on Saturday?
We got to get our buddy on too, Kevin. I just saw his name here. Ran off.
Yep.
He ran off. He ran off to New Jersey.
Ran off.
I forgot whose number. it was.
Saturday is 679 and sunny. All right. However, T-wise, Fuel Good Nutrition. Yeah, Fuel Good is
Fuel Good.
awesome.
Yep.
Oh, Jay, that's where I ran into you a couple weeks ago at Fuel Good. A couple months ago when I was going to Rio's, which is where I'm going in an hour. I'm going to Rio's barbershop
Nice.
to finally get this mop.
Yeah, I think they were
Taken
honking
care
for
of.
that. Yeah.
Can I just say I was last night? I was getting ready for bed, and I said to Jackie that I was going to get a haircut tomorrow, and she said, "Didn't you get a haircut today?" And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "I saw something on Facebook about you getting a haircut," and I was like, "Look at me." I was like, you're looking at me right now. We were face to face with each other. My hair was like, I literally just gotten out of the shower. My hair was like this, super long in every direction. And she goes, I thought that I saw that you got a haircut today. I don't know. I'm like, you can see me right now. She's like, I forgot. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I'm going to get a haircut after this.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So Stephanie Hackley said the Beach Rose Cafe. Great choice.
Yep.
Great choice. Jen said tie between Fresh Cup and Junkin' Java. That's a very popular. Those are two very similar feel.
Been to both of them.
The pantry. Great. Christina's Place. Calf Bar. Revive again. Shout out to Revive, advertiser with 321 here. Stick and Fin and Fresh Cup. I've never been to Stick and Fin
Me neither.
actually. we should go sometime, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Ken will bring you too. David Arnold, shout out to David Arnold,
Thanks.
said Honeydew is my favorite drive-through. Revive is like home, the
Oh,
best
they
gathering
do
place,
that.
and a lot of games have been won and lost there
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
He's just muttering to himself now. And then more Revive. So people really seem to love Revive coffee. Shout out to Coach Fazaro and Lisa Fazaro.
Yeah.
The whole Fazaro family. You want to go down to Revive this Saturday if they'll have us?
I told you before I'd go there. That's 3 or 4 weeks ago. Yes.
So that's a yes. It's a short.
Is it what's the weather like? We're outside?
We're out of time.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, we'll be outside. I'll call Brent after this.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Oh, now we're all done.
And Dan,
Now you're all done now.
yeah, is Paul out there? Paul? Hey, buddy.
Yeah, he's out there.
Paul, you don't
Paul, come on in.
You
Yeah.
don't mind
Paul,
wait,
come crash this party for a minute.
you don't want
Just have a seat.
you don't
Yeah.
mind waiting another hour or so because he kept me here for extra time this morning, so I think he deserves the same thing.
Fair enough.
That fair
We'll
enough?
make him wait.
All right, good.
All right, hold
We're
on.
just gonna sit here and wait.
Let's talk.
We're not talking.
Well, Paul's here to do his 50 under 50.
Oh,
So we'll do that in a second.
Awesome.
But for now, Paul, how's it going?
Great, you.
Good. This is Paul Vine. He's the general manager of Chapter 1 in Mystic and Surf Cantina.
Yep.
And Game Time?
Oh yeah. I don't sleep.
How do you Okay.
Wow.
And also, are you still coaching wrestling or jiu-jitsu or
Twice a week.
Okay.
Coach jiu-jitsu every Tuesday and Thursday.
So you when you say you don't sleep, you don't sleep.
Like 4 to 5 hours a day.
All right.
That's a normal day.
Damn, dude. That's
and
crazy.
What time are you supposed to be on?
9:30. So what's going it's
And
a
you're on-
recording. It's a record. We're good.
Excuse me, I'm talking to the gentleman, and I notice you're on time. You're about 5
Absolutely.
minutes, like you should,
Oh, he's giving
like everybody
There we
should.
go.
That's
Ken's
going to
giving-
be on here.
That's
Ken's-
it.
Okay, just
Early's on time.
yeah, everybody. Well, mostly everybody that comes in here is on time, especially the guests.
It's not always been, right?
It's the guy that's at the
At the keyboard?
yeah. Sometimes he has a tendency to be not on time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Paul, why don't you what's going on? Anything that you want to tell people about Surf Cantina or Game Time or Chapter 1 right now?
Well, chapter 1, we currently moved up to a half-pound lobster roll. It's pretty serious.
Whoa.
We've gotten great reviews. A lot of lobster has been dying for the sake of our people of Mystic. We're going through somewhere around like 250 pounds of lobster a week right now.
Wow.
Wow.
And we're just gearing up for 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just getting ready for a busy weekend. We're hoping for great weather and a lot of people in town for both Westerly and Mystic.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then how's the baseball crowd for Game Time over in Groton as well?
It's going pretty well over there. Football is by far our best sport. We get a lot of local folks in from EB
Yeah.
in that surrounding area. The basketball championship was very good to us. Baseball, it'll pick up more, I feel like, towards the postseason.
Right. You guys still got that bull?
Mechanical Bull is operating 7 days a week. Go on in there, 5 hours a ride. See how long you can get on that thing. The girls will definitely beat you.
Ken, can we get you on a mechanical bull?
No, I put Bill on.
All right. Coach Samaggio
Where
is
are you
going to be
located?
on.
You've been called out.
Where are you located?
One of the restaurants is in downtown.
So one of the restaurants is Surf Cantina, which
Yeah.
you know Surf Cantina.
Yeah,
And then
Mystic.
Mystic, it's right downtown as well, right by the drawbridge,
Oh,
chapter
okay.
1. And then on Route 12,
I go through Mystic a lot.
you have to
right
come get
through.
an espresso martini.
Yeah.
And then Game Time's on Route 12 in Groton, about a mile from the Navy base.
I go there too. I go to church in Gales Ferry.
Perfect. After
So-
right
so
after
I-
church, we'll get you on the bull.
So I'm right on I'm right on Route 12.
I'll let
I
them know you're
about the
coming.
bull.
We are not putting Ken on a bull.
No,
I
we're
just
not doing that.
I just want everyone-
I'm his grandson. I'm telling you, you're not doing that.
We're not putting Ken on a bull. Dan will ride the bull.
Yes.
This is sponsored by 321 when he gets on the bull, just for insurance purposes.
Ken is
Great.
not getting on the bull.
No,
But,
no, we're cutting into his time now. We got to get out of here.
yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for,
Oh,
for
it's been
watching.
a pleasure.
Check out if you haven't. I mean, Surf Cantina, the best tacos, the best. I mean, I
stuff.
can't tell you how
Few
much I
times,
love
yeah.
Surf Cantina.
Party every
And,
day. Trivia on Tuesday, dollar wings on Wednesday, reggae Thursday,
Yep.
Friday, Saturday DJ, Sunday brunch and karaoke. We've always got a party going on.
Love it.
Great.
Oh,
Awesome.
the brunch, by the way. Fantastic. So go check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Hi, I'm AJ Truck. And I'm Jeff Swiderski with AnnieMac Home Mortgages Momentum Group, your trusted partner in the home buying process.
At AnnieMac, we can strengthen your offer with our innovative program, Cash to Keys, giving you a competitive edge by allowing you to make a cash offer on your new home.
Together, we've helped over 1,000 families move into their dream homes, and we'd love to do the same for you.
Give us a call today at 401-486-0853 to get started.
Wood River Health is my home for health.
Wood River Health is a one-stop shop for primary medical care, dental care, behavioral health, and social services. We care for the members of our community because they are our community. I'm Allison Croak, President and CEO of Wood River Health. Since 1976, our health center has provided high-quality, affordable health care to residents of Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut. We are your neighborhood health center. Let us be your home for health.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthos, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Wesley office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.